Well, hello everyone. In this video, we're gonna solve some Excel problems. So I have these Excel files, and as you can see, there are only two columns in here, A and B. Column A contains some item name. This is a drug name. And next to it in column B is the amount of item that was sold. So the problem is, let's take an example right here, this paracetamol item. This paracetamol has 70 amount of items sold. And if you scroll down, in row 27, there is another paracetamol with a different amount, 30 this time. And if you scroll down again, you can see another paracetamol with also different amount. So what I want is, I want to create a new sheet. Let's call it sheet 2. And I want to group every single item. Let's take this paracetamol. In column A, paracetamol. And the number 70. And if you see another paracetamol, I want to add the number 30 in the same cell. Like this, if you see another paracetamol, you add the number. And I want to do this with every single item right here. So there is no duplication in the item name. Okay? So how are we gonna do that with all these many items? Of course, you can use some kind of Excel formula, but I want to take a different approach and use Python programming to solve this. What I'm gonna use is Python library Openpyxl. For the next part, I'm gonna fast forward writing all of the code, and then I'm gonna try to explain the logic of the code. Let's slow down a bit, and I'm gonna try to explain what the code does. So the Openpyxl file function gonna call the load workbook function and pass the Excel file name, and if it's success, it's gonna return workbook object. If we take a look inside the workbook object, there's a lot of function and properties that we can use. But I want you to only focus on these three, because we're gonna use it in the next function. The accumulate item amount function is gonna take a workbook argument. This line right here, gonna select the sheet 1. Then it will return all of the data in the sheet 1. This line we're gonna loop over the A column. We have this empty data object, and we're gonna check the cell value if it's not none, and if the cell value not in our data object, we're gonna push it inside the data object with the name of the drug as a key and the number as a value. Then we're gonna check it again. If the drug name are present in the data object, we're gonna only increment the number. We're gonna loop over it from top to down. After it's done, we're gonna use the create sheet function and pass the new name. We're gonna loop again the data object, and this line is a f-string Python. It means we're gonna replace the value inside the curly braces with the counter. So this means cell A1, we're gonna write paracetamol, and cell B1, we're gonna write the value. After that, we're gonna increment the counter, and we're gonna loop for all the data object. After that, we call the save function, and our work is done. So let's try to run the script. We're gonna run it after this line. We need to comment this line. We're gonna create a new variable, Excel file, and we're gonna call the Openpyxl file function. And like previous explanation, this function gonna return the workbook object, and this workbook object gonna be passed to the next function. We're gonna call the function and we're gonna pass the Excel file variable and save the script, and let's run it. Python and then the script name, enter. Done. Let's open the Excel file, and we have this new sheet 2, and every single item has been moved from sheet 1 to the target sheet with no duplication of item name. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.